In today's lesson, we're going to talk about core needs and values and review two of the examples that came before. The first example of when I found dishes that were in the sink that were from breakfast. And instead of blaming my partner, I was able to understand that what I needed in that moment was support and being able to ask when we need support, to say to my partner, I'm overwhelmed. It would really be helpful if you could just do the dishes so I can focus on dinner. In the example of the overworked parent who was exhausted and thought that she had an anger problem, she learned how to say, I am exhausted and I can't do this anymore. And I really need both of us to put our heads together to help me figure out how I can get a break. Another example, we'll take a workplace example where maybe you work with someone who checks in on you frequently and is always overseeing you, and it kind of feels like you're being micromanaged. From the perspective of needs and values, really what's important to you is autonomy. So when you're able to communicate that, look, it's really helpful for me to have a little more autonomy in how I work. Would you be willing to check in on me once a week rather than every day? It's a very different conversation. Over the years, I've gotten much better at being proactive rather than reactive. What I mean by that is really tuning into what's happening within me and communicating that to my partner. So maybe I say to my partner, I'm kind of cranky today. I just want to let you know. Or to say to my friends or my colleagues, I've got a bit of a migraine and I'm going to do my best, but it might take me longer to respond to your emails. Or to say to my partner, I'm feeling kind of vulnerable and hormonal today. And when I've said that and my partner says, what do you need me to do? How can I support you? It's the perfect conversation. This is the power of being able to communicate from a place of our needs and our values. And being able to ask and being able to be assertive in asking for what's important to us, in expressing our values. And I'd like to make the distinction between assertive and aggressive because we often confuse the two. Assertive is being able to communicate what's important to you, to be able to ask for what you need, and to understand that my needs and values, my energy and time is as important as the other person. Aggression, on the other hand, is when we harm the other person with our words or with our demands or with our energy. They're very different. And part of understanding our needs and values is becoming assertive and being able to communicate what we need and what's important to us. When we learn this skill, we're really able to engage in dialogue. And that's what we're going to learn in Lesson 5. Click on the link below and you'll learn how to shift from two people monologuing to two people dialoguing.